Hey everybody, welcome to Nexus at Night, your weekly Vanguard podcast, brought to you by this useless green screen that's behind me. I'm Atlas.
I'm Matt.
I'm Root Beer.
And my girlfriend's mom gifted me a green screen that she had, and I was like, cool, I'm going to put it on a rolly thing. And then the rolly thing is too small. You can it doesn't cover up the entire screen. I'd have to hang it
Very cool
on a wall. So completely useless. Thanks, IKEA.
Just pin it to like each wall, clearly.
You can't. The doorway to the kitchen is right there.
Oh my god.
The wall to my left is just like blank, pretty much. You just have to take off 2 paintings and then it's blank. So I can do it over there. But we're doing a set review of Clan Selections 3 and 4. So all new cards for every single clan in the game. We're just doing the new cards, none of the reprints, and then we're going to talk about who won, who lost. You know how set reviews go.
I'm pretty sure the reprints don't matter anyways.
True.
Not to this podcast. To people who are like, hey, I was looking for this thing. Oh, good, it's back. You know,
Sentinel crits.
Yeah, that thing that everybody uses.
I mean, yeah, they're not super common, but it's good that they're reprinting them. I'm happy about that.
They could print 30k crits without Sentinel on them, and I don't think it would break the game at this point.
I mean, less about that and more about people who, use them in premium.
The general rule of thumb is that everything we have to look at, we have to compare next to Prism, which is going to be super cool and good.
I'm just looking at this in like premium sense, so I'm going to be less.
I meant for V premium, the
for
thing
V, everything.
The thing it's supposed to be for, that
thing. Is it? Right? Can it be Prism?
Yeah, that's going to be that's the question.
Yeah. So,
or will they just slap Prism? Who knows?
Here's
Maybe
hoping.
They won't.
Here's hoping. So, Root Beer, you're going first.
All right, leading Jewel Knight Salome or Salami something. Salome. So yeah, she's grade 3. Auto once per turn. At the end of the battle, this unit attack. Counterblast 1. Choose any number of Jewel Knights in their card name from your hand and call them to rearguard circles with units. If you call 3 or more cards and your opponent's grade 3 or greater, you can Soul Blast 4 and stand her. And then she has another auto skill, Vanguard Rearguard. When your other unit is placed on this unit's circle, Counterblast 1, and that unit gets power plus 10,000 and drive plus 1 until end of turn.
It's like a break ride, yay!
Yay! It's like, Counterblast 1, call 3 from hand, kind of a hefty cost since it's from hand, but it's not terrible. I think Ashley called from deck, which is probably better.
I believe it did. But this thing has a restand tied to it.
Yeah.
Which
I
feel like Royals wanted that, and
also Ashley's call skill works on rearguard too.
This also works if something is called on top of her on rear. They get a plus 10.
Yeah,
that's really funny.
The other Ashley could do that too, but that one just gave a crit.
Yeah, still, it's more
pretty decent.
It's more Ashley while also fulfilling a different niche.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, since they both kind of have the break right thing going on, I think the play is probably to start with Ashley because especially if you're going first, because Salome doesn't stand until both players are at grade 3, and Ashley just needs to be on Vanguard to call 2 cards.
Yeah, get ready to see if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I feel because it's a balancing tool, right? Because they're like they don't want.
Yeah. Except they forgot to do that at one point.
Yeah.
Right. So everything before that is just better.
Right.
Yeah. This card's not bad. I don't think it's great either. In the context of the deck it exists with, it's fine.
It kind of rubs me the wrong way that it has to call from everything has to be called from hand all the time.
Yeah.
It's kind of but I get it.
It's like the one fuck you to.
It is. You do not want to ride this card first. I think the play is definitely to start on Ashley because that card's more versatile, being able to call from deck.
And, but I guess the other problem is there are 6 Jewel Knight cards now, right?
Yeah.
So
what?
You have 6 Jewel Knight cards is kind of the other problem, right?
Well, 6 6 is a decent number, I think.
24. That's assuming they're all like good.
Yeah,
I think they are.
Okay.
If are there Jewel Knight triggers too? Can you?
Not in V.
Not in V.
Okay, not in V. All right. So
which is the real annoying part.
Yeah.
Remember when people used to play Jewel Knight triggers back in like G era, just
for the
Vanguard?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, in Premium you have Crystal Luster, which means you can do this with that, which is cool.
Yeah.
But
also unsure if good.
Yeah, I don't know if good either, but like for Premium, probably not. But yeah, the old Jewel Knights, that's an ability.
I'll ask Richard and get back to you.
All right.
That's right. One of the grade 2s like recycle.
Yeah, a lot of them do now.
Anyways, next we have Dogmatized Jewel Knight Sybil. So grade 2 10k. Auto Vanguard rear when attacks, put a grade 2 or less card from hand to soul, draw a card. When your other unit is placed on this unit's circle, check top 3, choose a grade 2 or less Jewel Knight, and call it, put the rest to the bottom of your deck in any order.
Oh, that's cool. So like you're incentivized to call over stuff, and then this lets you plus off of that.
Yeah. I mean, you always call over with Jewel Knights. That's like their thing in V.
Yeah. So like this allows you to, while doing your thing, you get more out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that this thing can help you kind of dig for more Jewel Knights. Also can fill your soul for the soul last 4 cost you have to inevitably have to pay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, this card's pretty good.
And now for the fun of where the hell did I put this third picture?
What is going on in the art of this card?
Now I know just to not include it all at once. I got to do them a few at a time when I upload onto this thing. What is the third one?
Fruiting Jewel Knight Eunice. So it's the grade 1.
Hey, there she is. Okay.
Yeah, so grade 1 AK. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted. Put a normal unit from your drop to the bottom of your deck, soul charge 1, and then you can bounce it back to hand. When your other unit is placed on her circle, choose one of your opponent's rearguard in the same column as the unit placed and retire it. If you didn't retire anything, draw a card.
So you just bounce it every time, got it.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Recycle your good Jewel Knight. Is there like a good Jewel Knight? I've not seen like a good Jewel Knight beater yet.
I think the grade 2 from the previous set gains like 5k on place.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know. Let me double check.
I'll find out.
I don't think there's meant to be like a beater necessary. It's just supposed to be have a force marker.
Yeah, you have a force marker. Also, like the previous Jewel Knights gave power when you called on top of them.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
Okay, so they make everything a beater.
So you just like call the old. You can like call the old Jewel Knights, call the new ones over them or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a force clan, I guess. So, but the force 2 possibilities.
Yeah. Anyways, now I have to go back to the main set page.
Still, I would recommend control clicking just so they open in different tabs.
I have too many tabs open. Hang on a second.
I have 2 tabs open.
Is it porn?
No.
Bummer.
It's V Special Series 3 and this.
Look, I've fallen into the same trap as Root Beer before. It's like when you're trying to write a paper and then you got 12 of those things and you're like, wait.
I don't remember the last time I wrote a paper.
No.
Yeah.
We met in college. I'm trying to apply this.
I did not write a paper after I met you. I guarantee you that.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah, you were a grad student by then. But Root Beer and I were undergrads. So, therefore, you've written a paper before.
My average number of tabs open at one time is 3.
Okay.
Like, I'm not joking.
More tabs than that.
I never keep tabs open. If I haven't looked at a tab for a while, I just close it.
I just get paranoid because I'm like, what if I need that again?
In your history.
Yeah, I got that, but I don't know how to describe it. It's not a good habit. Did you find what you were looking for?
Yeah. So, Benny Toy Witch Yo-Yo. So it's the grade 3. Vanguard or front row rearguard circle. At the end of the battle, your Vanguard with Witch in its card name attacked a grade 3 or greater Vanguard. If it's the first battle of this turn, counterblast 1, discard 2 card. Choose a grade 3 card with Witch in its card name from hand and write it as stand. And then when this unit is rode upon, call it to rearguard circle or get an imaginary gift protect.
Multi? No, because it's first
No.
battle. What's the point?
Yeah, it's first battle. It can't really multi-attack.
Somebody
This
got
card
the idea.
sucks.
Why does this even bother working on front row rear guard?
I don't know.
I guess the idea is that... No, that doesn't work either. Yeah, no, there's no
I
reason.
do not understand.
Okay, so somebody came up with the idea. There's a stride in OTT where it's like if you have a witch heart when you stride her, you discard 2 cards. The opponent either has to discard 2 themselves or take a damage that doesn't activate. They get a trigger. So they're like, that's pretty much useless after you ride it. So you can use that along with this to get like another, like a, protect gift. I'm like, that's not.
Why is this locked to first battle? There's no
Exactly.
reason.
What's the point?
This card's bizarre.
Yeah.
Card's so bad. Like, I almost thought that you could do cool things with it, and then I remembered that it's first battle only, and all of those cool ideas just disappeared.
Is this
Just
an
let
Aqua?
him-
Is it? It's like an old Aquaforce card.
Let him have the OTT doesn't do multi-attack really. Just let him have it.
This is funny.
It's not even like this unit, because if you could attack with it on rear guard and then ride it on top of itself, then you could call it back out and have another rear guard attack, but this makes no sense.
But this is
What a funny card.
Much like a yo-yo, our opinion of it went up and then down again.
Was it ever up?
Starts up, goes down.
I mean, yeah, for a second before I saw first battle, I thought it was cool because there were some potentially interesting things you could do. But yeah.
No interesting for you. This is OTT and V series.
Yeah.
True.
But yeah, you're just locked to 4 attacks with this. And yeah.
Well, maybe there's a better card somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What about this next one?
Jade Witch TT.
The unfortunately God, that's a horrible name.
Yeah. Grade 2 9k because it's Protect Clan. When it's discarded from your hand during your turn, if you have a Witch Vanguard, Soul Blast 1, call it to rear. When this unit is put on guard circle, choose any number of Sentinels from your hand, discard them, and this unit gets shield plus 20,000 until end of battle for each of those cards.
Interesting.
But couldn't you just use the Sentinel and discard this?
Yeah. I guess if they have a Sentinel restrict.
Yeah.
Or, I'm not sure. Because, the idea is that it wants you to discard protect gifts for the...
Yeah.
But it's
I guess it's good, a pretty good value if you discard 2 Sentinels and block something, but I guess something has Sentinel restrict, but it is a bit weird.
It seems like the
narrow.
The bigger benefit is the get a warm body.
Yeah, I think that's the first effect. The when it's discarded effect is pretty good, but
I get also going back to the previous card for a second. There is a witch that you can reveal any number of protect gifts from your hand, and your front 3 units in front row get power plus 5,000 for each one revealed. So I guess you can make your field really big or something.
Isn't that like Zuzu or Zozo or something like that? Yeah.
So I guess.
What sucks is I guess if you use Yo-Yo from rear, you can then when you pay the cost to discard, you can then call Tete.
I guess.
And get something out of it, I guess. I don't know.
But again, first battle.
Well, yeah, but so basically the idea is that actually no.
No, that doesn't work because the Yo-Yo isn't going anywhere if it's on rear.
For some reason, I thought it rode the card on your rear instead of a grade 3 Rich Witch in your hand for some reason.
Yeah.
This card actually just keeps getting worse.
Stop trying to make Witch happen. It's not going to happen.
I just assumed that it would at least not be a -1,000,000, okay?
Oh, I know, but
OTT Witches have always been such a non-archetype.
Whoa. Give Coco the respect she deserves. But from 2015, 2014 or something.
V Coco wasn't even that good.
I'm talking OG Coco.
Okay, fine.
Boomer Vanguard.
Soulless OTT.
Yeah, there you go. That's what he's talking about.
But no, that deck was also whatever.
That deck was also not good.
I was kind of just draw a lot of cards early.
Whoa! It was pretty funny. They played Bracky back then in OTT.
Oh, that's right.
Because they needed to get 0 soul, and Bracky was like the only card that like would pay a soul and get out of the way.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh my god, Boomer Vanguard. What's this third one?
Citrine Witch Moo. So it's the grade 1. When it's rode upon by a card with witch in its name, draw. Act, rearguard circle, counterblast 1, rest her. Look at top 5, choose up 3 cards with witch in their name, reveal, choose one of the reveal card, put it in your hand, shuffle your deck. If you did not reveal 3 cards, put it into your soul. Why?
To force you to put 1,000,000 witches in your deck if you want to continuously use the effect, I guess.
Yeah. And also it's a soul blast, not a counterblast.
Oh. Yeah. Which is fine, actually.
Yeah.
I just would not play witches, I think.
Yep.
I think that is the correct answer.
Day late and $1 short there, Bushi. That's Well, I guess that means it's my turn.
Sure.
So starting up first, we have, because I have to do this both at the same time, I'm not putting the picture up on the screen. Demise Queen Himiko reverse, which means that Genesis now has a reverse unit. So, grade 3, 13k, 4 stiff. Auto in hand at the end of your turn, if you have a Vanguard with Himiko in its card name and your trigger effects were activated 2 times this turn. Cost, you have 1 or more rear guards, put all of them into your soul, which is a very weird way to word this. And ride this card is rested. Yeah. And then the other effect is auto on Van once per turn when this unit attacks or is attacked. Counterblast 1, draw a card, choose a critical or draw trigger from your soul, put it onto your rearguard circle as a locked card. If you put a card, activate its trigger effect once for each of your locked cards.
This card has a lot of text, but I think it's not good.
It's a lot of text that I'm very confused by. I had to, when this first got revealed, I had to read it 3 times. Meanwhile, our Chris from every guest spot on this show ever was in our group chat going, "Reverse Himiko!" Yeah, he was so excited.
Yeah, they get excited about it a lot. I don't think this card is particularly good. I that's not to say I don't think Genesis got good stuff. I just think this is not the thing. It definitely has a lot of things that make you go, and then that's about it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it this is purely defensive because writing it as rest, and it only activates at the end turn, so you're not getting an extra attack for her.
You're getting an extra gift. That's the gift.
Yeah. And then when it attacks or when it is attacked, so I think the primary use is defensive, because what you can do is because Himiko, you're putting triggers into your soul to activate them.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no.
Well, okay. So...
No, you have to soul blast put it from your soul to the bottom of your deck. No, never mind. They both need to pull triggers from soul, so you pull a trigger from soul, lock it, and then activate it once for each of your lock cards. So you can be lock a draw trigger.
10k, draw 1.
Yeah.
And then lock another thing, and then, 20k, draw 2.
Yeah.
So that's pretty neat defensive still.
Yeah, it can blank a turn, but then you're on this card.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best you could do is, put a critical trigger and get a crit.
I'm guessing the idea is to do regular Himiko, she activates her effect twice, and then end of your turn you ride this thing so you can do the defensive still. And then...
But then you're still on this card.
I would also like this card more if you had another way to lock cards.
Yeah.
Because you would have to you can't double lock with this on your own turn.
The best you could do is 2 at a time, because you lock one on your opponent's turn and then lock a second one on your turn.
Oh, true, yeah. Yeah, and then you could double crit, which is kind of neat. But I don't know.
Meh.
Also, Chris wasn't actually that excited for Himiko. They were just this is a cool counter to Link Joker, I guess.
Can we talk to the card that's actually cool now?
Sure.
What, this one? Yeah. So that is Sunlit Goddess, or Sunlight Goddess Yada Garasu.
Society.
Blah. Grade 3, Force Gift, 13k. When it attacks on Vanguard Circle, you can Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 3, and perform all of the following according to the sum of the grades that you Soul Blasted for the cost. So if it's 5 or more, all of your front row units get 10k until end of turn. If it's 7 or more, stand 2 of your rear guards, and if it's 9 or more, draw 2 cards. Meaning that if you do 7, you get the 7 and the 5.
Yep.
And so on and so forth. And then also on Van, when it's put on the guard circle, you can Soul Blast 3, or when your unit is put on a guard circle, Soul Blast 3, and that unit gets plus 10k shield until end of battle.
I'm pretty sure if you're playing this card, you're going for 9.
So much cooler.
This card is sick, actually. I think it is worse than Vert, but it's worse than Vert unless you get 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But also, you have to like Soul Blast 3 for her skill, so it is a balancing act.
Yeah, just play Val clearly.
Well, I'm guessing that you just Soul Blast, grades that actually count for the first effect, and Soul Blast triggers for the second effect.
Yeah.
Doesn't count them for.
I mean, just getting 3 grade 3s in Soul is kind of obnoxious.
Yeah, that's the part that's just like.
Or you can play Valk, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess getting to 7 shouldn't be that hard.
No, I don't think getting to 7 is going to be the issue.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be that jump from 7 to 9 that's consistently that's going to be difficult.
Well, because if you're blasting 3, if you do a 3, a 2, and a 1, that's 6.
That's
so
6.
you need like
you need 2 grade 2s and a grade 3 at least.
Yeah. So.
If only V had ride deck.
I know, right?
Yeah. All right. Last one for Genesis, Applewitch Cider. End of the battle that this unit boosted, so this is grade 1. You may Soul Charge 1 and return this unit to your hand, or Soul Charge 2. And then when this unit is put on guard circle, you can put a card from your hand into your soul, and this unit gets plus 5k shield until end of battle for every 3 cards in your soul.
I like the art of this card a lot.
Me too. That's what it looks like, you YouTube fans.
Also, this card's sweet.
It's pretty nice. It's flexible.
It does the thing.
You can get it out of the way against decks that will blow it up. You can leave it there if you need more soul. And then also it is diametrically opposed to Yatagrass. So that's fun. But yeah.
Hey, it happens.
Yep. It indeed happens. Oh god, it's my turn again. All right, Dauntless Dominate Dragon Reverse. So if anybody remembers Dauntless, the break ride from the olden days.
I remember that.
Yeah, do you remember his the reverse unit from the old days? Was that any good?
It was when you drove check a grade 1 or higher, you got 3k, and you could retire one of your opponent's back row rear guards, I believe.
Weird. Well,
so you had to like lock 2 or something.
It was grade 1 or less, and it's only lock 1.
Oh, it's only lock 1. That's not bad.
Yeah,
but it was weird because it got 3k whenever you checked like a normal unit.
Yeah.
So you'd have to like think about like 8k guard stages because it would be like, all right, attack you for, whatever it was, like 21 or something, right?
No, because if you rode it on top of the old Dauntless, it would be 13k. So go to like 16, then 19, then 22.
Yeah. So, but if you guarded for like 30, it could still 1 to pass you.
This is all saying without me having actually read the card, the new one.
No, yeah. But I'm just talking about the old one.
I know.
Who cares about the new one?
Yeah. Grade 3, 13k, Force Gift. On Van, when your drive check reveals a normal unit, Counterblast 1, put that card on your rear guard as a lock card. If you put a card, this gets plus 10k and an extra drive till the end of the battle. And then at the end of the battle that this unit attacks, you can Soul Blast 1, unlocked all your lock cards, and retire those units. For each of those retired units, your opponent performs. Choose 3 of your rear guards and retire them. If 2 or more cards were not retired, choose a marker from your circles and remove it. This is incredibly convoluted.
All right, but listen to this. The first effect is not once per turn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you have counterblast, you can be like, oh, it's 2 to pass. I didn't make it. Let's try again.
You get 10k, but as long as you keep placing locked cards, you get 10k every time, right?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. So it could just so
You
basically
just have a whole locked board.
as long as you
And
have
then you just blow up your opponent's board and all of their markers.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's I like how Link Joker they made this whole big deal. Like they had a stride that was like kill all the markers because fuck it, or Chaos Breaker is like kill 2 of theirs and I get 1 of mine, and this one is just like I'll just blow them up because why not?
That'd be so sick to have 5 locked cards in your board from this.
Yeah.
You got 7 drive checks. You unlock your board, and your opponent has to just remove all their markers from the table.
Yeah. And you also, if you break ride this on the original Dauntless and have the restand skill.
Oh my god! Oh no, but it only gets drive from the battle.
End of battle. Holy hell, that would be crazy.
Yeah, that would be 2 base.
All right, I have Octuple Drive twice, so I'm gonna take 16 cards out of my deck.
With this all being said, is this card good?
I don't know.
I don't think so, right?
It's really funny to watch it blow up your opponent's board. So
yeah,
this doesn't give any power to your rear guards, so you're just gonna have a locked board with no back row, probably.
Well, no, they're all gonna
attack with your rear guards first, right?
Well, yeah, but you know how that goes.
Yeah, but then your rear guards are tiny and don't have any trigger power or anything.
You're saying this like this is a new concept for Kagura. This is just what they do. But...
Yeah, I mean they like to have some beater rear guards.
Yeah, it's even worse if you don't break ride the old Dauntless, because then the old Dauntless you get a bunch of power and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And I like how instead of making more a grade 2 and a 1, they went full Kagura and just went, all right, guys, Blazing Flare Dragon. Grade 3, 4 stiffed, 13k. Auto on Van or rear, you Soul Blast 1 or more cards. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards for each Soul Blast paid and retire it. If it's on Vanguard Circle and you Soul Blasted 5 or more for the cost, your opponent removes all of the markers from their circles and protects from their hand. And then also auto on Van or rear when it attacks, Soul Charge 1. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater and they have no rear guards, it gets plus 10k for that battle.
Uh-huh.
This card is so goofy.
It is goofy.
What a bizarre card.
Yeah.
Kagura just feels like they made a bunch of meme cards.
Definitely. This is definitely a meme. First off, Blazing Flare, if anybody remembers, this is first couple sets of Vanguard where if you had the specific 3 things on the board, you could put them in Soul to ride it from deck.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You could, speed ride. And then it never really had a following. It's just it was there. I think.
Yeah, looking at this card.
The original is just Soul Blast 5, retire 1.
1? Are you serious? God damn. Okay. Well, at least this kills all the markers. I feel like that there could be something said for some kind of version of Kagura that's just marker control for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At least
not sure if it's good.
At least with this one, when you Soul Blast 5, it's their entire board
and all their markers.
Yeah,
which is cool. Meanwhile, they did, the hits keep on coming, and we got Draconic Lawkeeper.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Grade 3, 13k. Someone's gonna punch me at some point. Auto on Van. At the end of each battle phase, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1. Your opponent chooses one of their rear guards for every 3 of yours and their rear guards, and binds it. At the end of that turn, your opponent calls the cards bound by this effect. The auto abilities do not activate from it. And then continuous on Van. When your opponent has no back row rear guards, all of your units get plus 5k. Then, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, and they have no rear guards, they get another 5k, and that's active on the opponent's turn too.
What?
Yeah.
I'm gonna chalk that up to bad translation.
I'm gonna chalk it out to guys. We have to remake Lawkeeper. Why? Because it was there.
Unless this gives your opponent's Vanguard 5,000.
I don't think it does.
I'm pretty sure that's just a bad translation, but that would be really funny if it did.
Oh my god. Get me out of here. Moving on. Murakuma, what do we got?
Alrighty. So the first one is Covert Demonic Dragon Hyaki Vogue Reverse.
Ayo.
So yeah, you might know this from this was actually a reverse unit that actually existed.
Yeah.
That's right.
It sure
And
is.
it was originally a reverse unit that did not have an original counterpart.
I remember people asking about this.
yeah.
They're like, why is there no real one? They're like, whatever.
It's Murakumo, and we forgot to give them support before.
There you go.
So in deck, Vanguard Circle and Rearguard Circle, it counts as Hyaki Vogue. Really important.
Yeah.
It also has an act on Van where you can Soul Blast 1, search your deck for up to 3 cards with the same name as this unit and call them to rear, and shuffle your deck. Then choose the same number of your rear guards as the number of called units and lock them. It's basically just skips ahead of what the older verse does, which is like calling a bunch of clones of itself and locking your aggro, which is pretty cool. And then auto, when your locked card is unlocked during your end phase, you can put a rear guard on the bottom of your deck, choose one of your rear guards, and return it to hand.
They basically just did the same effect as the first one.
Yeah, so basically you can call a bunch of the old hot Hyaki Vogues and just like counterblast 2, discard 2, plus 20k your front row or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is neat. And then you can, bounce them to hand or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And you got Excel circles to do that with. So
yeah, so it's neat. I don't know how good it is, but it is. It is there.
And it's a good thing Nue Dio is banned.
Right? Yeah, that card can stay dead, honestly.
That thing is
not okay.
That was dead. Hey, you know what? They when you're working with such a shit card pool, it's really hard to thread that needle without straight breaking the thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. No,
failed.
well, we knew this would happen, right? Like it's like Murakumo needs a broken card to be good in premium, and they're like, "Well, here it is," and I'm like,
"Guys, too much."
Yeah, sure.
Too much hot sauce. Relax.
All right. So the next card is Platinum Blonde Fox Spirit Tamamo. I don't know what the hell's going on in the art of this card.
He's mad.
The original I remember looked more normal, but whatever.
The original just looked like
photorealistic fox.
Yeah, this one is like he's pissed off. This
I don't like. I like the cards that in Vanguard that are just kind of staying there instead of the ones that are like doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Hence the Amon complaint from a few weeks before.
So it has when it's revealed by your drive check, you can call it to rearguard circle, and then when it's placed on rear, you can choose a unit from your drop and change this unit to the card name of that unit until end of turn. So it copies name off when it's placed.
Okay.
And then it has an auto on Van Rear when it attacks. If you have 3 or more rearguards with Stealth Fiend in their different card names, so you need 3 distinct Stealth Fiends. You could Soul Blast 1. This unit gets plus 10k, drive plus 1 until end of battle, and if it's on rearguard circle, you bounce it to hand.
So in a deck that supposedly makes a point of copying names, this gets a bonus for having different names.
Yeah, I'm not sure who the boss that they want you to play with this card is, but here we are.
I hope this isn't the boss that they want you to play.
No, there was the one from the previous clan collection.
Who is that? Oh, that card. No. We're not touching that card. Yeah. I know who you're talking about now. I forgot. I wanted to forget that card existed, actually.
It's okay. I'm pretty sure this is just not going to be relevant.
I certainly hope not. Could you imagine?
I guess there's the other Stealth Fiend. Take it away.
Alrighty.
Yes.
More
Weasel support.
Black.
Yes.
Alright, so like Goku, we need to have a Weasel. Like 8 Gokus in this game now. So it has an auto. So this is a grade 3 8K, by the way. I just want to throw that out there.
Okay.
The other cards were normal. This card's an 8K for some
Off to
reason.
a great start, guys.
When this is placed on Van, you can search your deck for up to 1 special Stealth Beast Weasel Red and call it to rearguard circle. This is the grade 2 that I don't remember.
On play,
you discard a bunch of cards and call a bunch of weasels.
Same number of special, card names for as the number of cards discarded. Call it to rear and shuffle.
Yeah, it just special summons a bunch of weasels from your deck.
Yeah.
So this immediately makes a board of weasels.
Yeah.
And it has has a continuous that I think almost every Weasel has of like your units get with special in their card names get power plus 2,000, shield plus 5,000. So it'll be at least, and this is continuous, so it does work on opponent's turn, making it at least 10k.
Still not good enough, guys.
And auto on Van. When this unit attacks a grade 3 or greater Vanguard, you can counter plus 1, put 4 normal units from your drop on the bottom of your deck. Choose up to 4 of your grade 2 or less rearguards with special in their different card names and stand them. So what this card wants you to do is write it, call Weasel Red, use Weasel Red to counterblast 1, discard 4 to call the other 4 Weasels, or discard 3 at least to call 3 more Weasels, and go at it.
And then you just have a Power Rangers Weasel deck.
That's right. This is atrocious.
This is what happened to the Weasel from Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide after the show ended. It started a Weasel Ninja Clan.
Oh my god, it's so funny. It's so funny.
Card is like so bad.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie to you. The first time I saw this card, I didn't even see it was 8K.
Me neither. Like that last effect is okay. It's an alright effect. It's the why are you 8K base thing.
8K base is so funny.
If it was even if it was 10K base, so like it had to be 12 by its own effect. Still kind of iffy. Just
God, it's so good.
This card.
This is incredible.
Yep.
I want someone to top with this somewhere.
Oh my god.
Just so that they can say that they did it.
Challenge viewer/listener. Top with Weasels. We will have you on our interview.
Or in the true Nexus Core fashion, you can top with this card.
Oh, you mean Sealed Demon Dragon? Dungaree?
Hell yeah.
Oh my god, the Pants Dragon is back! Alright, as soon as I remember where I put him.
I hope this card doesn't have some weird power like the last one.
I know, right?
Yeah, here's
It'd
the
be
problem.
really funny if this card was just super goofy for no reason.
We have the opposite problem. First off, I couldn't find it because I was looking for Dungaree and I forgot I needed it, Pants Dragon. But it's a 17K grade 3 with triple drive and Excel. So you're like, all right, off to a good start.
Are you also forgetting the crit 2?
Oh, right. Two base crit. Meanwhile, auto on Van, at the start of your battle phase, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, you may bind the top card of your deck, and then auto on Van Arrear, when this unit attacks, put all the cards from your bind zone into your drop. Perform all of the following according to the number of cards put. And this is mandatory. If you put 2 or less, it gets minus 10k, critical -1, and drive -2 until end of turn. If you put 4 or more, your opponent binds a card from their hand, and if you put 5 or more, you choose up to 3 cards from your drop, return it to your deck, and shuffle.
God, this is so funny.
I know.
Fuck?
This card is incredibly bad.
It is hilariously bad.
The problem is that he doesn't really bind cards on his own except for that second skill.
Right.
Which is not enough to keep up with that third skill.
So you need a bunch of help to help you bind lots of things.
Yes.
So that you keep the bonus, which is not good.
Right.
Yeah.
You need repeated binding effects that hopefully don't cost 1 billion counterblast.
Yeah. Up to 5.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you can hit 3, you're probably are like, fine, sure.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be cool if it, it counted the opponent's bind zone just so you can, slowly whittle down their hand, and then that way it stabilizes the effect. But no, you're constantly on the edge here.
Clearly the goal is to just play this in premium so you can be 70k on your opponent's turn.
Yeah, I think that's the point. Also, in premium, there are cards that, self-bind stuff.
Yeah.
So you
like the other dungarees.
Yeah.
I mean, the other dungarees have, problems where they have to care about specifically what they bound.
Mm-hmm.
Except there's no way to mark that.
Yeah. There's also Exorcist Mage Ren, which is a grade 2. And it's not 17k, thank God. When it's wrote upon, you counterblast 1, look at 2 cards on the top of your deck, choose 1 card from among them, bind it, and put the rest into your hand.
All right.
Okay. So if you happen to write it, you can do that, but there's no ride deck in V or premium. So sorry, guys. And then auto on rear, once per turn, you can counterblast.
Act.
Oh, sorry. Act once per turn. Counterblast 1, bind the top card of your deck. So again, another way to buff up your Vine Zone. And for each grade of the card bound with this effect, it gets plus 5k until end of turn. If you bound a grade 0 for the cost, draw a card.
Why does this cost a counterblast? That sucks. I mean, I get it because it can draw, but like, come on.
Honestly, it's fine. It helps do Dungaree things, but the problem isn't so much in the card itself; it's in Dungaree. So, yeah.
All right. Well, is there another way to bind cards?
We got Exorcist Mage Mew Mew, 8K grade 1. When wrote upon, once again, look at the top card of your deck, bind it, or put it on top. So
they forget there's no right deck in V or what?
I know, right?
I mean, they've been doing that since like mid V, where they just have ride lines that they want you to play, but there's no ride deck.
Like the way to kind of hedge your bets is play enough grade 1s and 2s with Vanguard and Rearguard effects, where it's like if you ride them, it's cool, or stuff like this where they have a good Vanguard effect and a good Rearguard effect, where like if you don't ride it, it's cool, it's still useful. Meanwhile, this thing, the other effect is auto on rear once per turn. Act on rear once per turn. God damn it. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 2 or greater, Soul Blast and bind a card from your hand and draw one.
You know what? Sure. I feel like if you're playing Dungaree, you play 4 of this card, and you're like, yep, that's how it is.
Yep, that's
all
all.
And then you run out of soul, and then you don't know what to do with your life.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yep.
Yeah, this looks unplayable.
How unfortunate. And to think, because like when they revealed Dungaree, first they just showed the picture with no effect. So people saw the 17k and the triple drive and the crit 2, and they're like,
well,
what?
This is the case where actually one of the reprints helps Dungaree because it was a promo card.
Which one?
Dragon Dancer Barca.
Oh, that was a promo. Was Barca do? I'm not going to read the full effects, but
yeah. When end the battle, Soul Blast 1, bind the card from hand, draw a card, and then moves the back row to the front. Yep.
That's not bad. Hey, hooray for Narukami for figuring its shit out. Your turn, Matt.
All right. My most hated card, no longer. Original Saber 0.
Oh
so this guy looks sick. The old card sucks, by the way. Please do not read it.
Plus 10k, plus minus 5.
It has the same art though.
Kinda, yeah.
Can you imagine if this was the third card in the row with weird power?
Well, hold on. Look, it's a grade 3 force gift, and it has a whopping, huge, enormous 0 power. Just good old 0.
This is the Vanguard equivalent of being like, I'm 7 inches.
Can they get it? Could they give it 1 power? Would that have been too much to ask?
Well, no, because it's got 0 in the name. Therefore, they have to follow the lore.
The old one didn't have 0 power. Do they know
That's true. They didn't. It didn't do that.
It had 11,000 actually, which is like a lot more than 0. Yeah. Anywho, so this card says when it attacks a Vanguard or is rode upon, you can counterblast 1, soul blast 1, draw a card, choose one of your opponent's units, and increase or decrease its power to 0 until end of turn.
Okay.
All right. And then it's a more interesting effect, an auto on Van. When this unit is attacked, you can discard a grade 3 to increase or decrease the attacking unit's critical to 0 until end of that battle.
Okay, I know we're like clowning on this card, but those are both kind of good effects.
No, the effects are actually all right.
Yeah.
Why does it got a 0 power?
Yeah, all right.
It looks like it's doing something. Like,
it sure does.
Like when you hear 0 power, you're like, oh, it's probably like, I don't know, a flower or.
Could you imagine striding on this card and like looking at your opponent and being like 15?
Oh my god, yes. Because I remember seeing that. Okay, so normally for newer players, when a card gets revealed, a lot of the stuff your brain kind of filters out. Things like the drive and the base power and the critical. Usually you go, okay, that's probably going to be 1 and 10k or if it's grade 2 or whatever, and it's probably going to have intercept. And then when something is either too good to be true or someone points it out to you, you're like, oh, yeah. 0? I mean, sure.
See, what you can do is you can play this with Zeal so that your opponent goes to -5,000.
That's true. And then you're no longer on 0, which is important.
That's true. You can.
I still love the concept of negative numbers in this game.
Oh yeah,
it's so
great.
funny. All right, so yeah, this card exists. I like it actually. I just think it's real dumb.
Hey, if they have a bunch of vehicles for Dayusha, they might as well have some for 0.
All right, yeah. So 0 comes equipped with a couple different vehicles. One is a sky ship called Endless Float.
Battery sold separately.
Grade 2 10K. And when it's rode upon, you could choose one of your vanguards. It gets 10K in a turn, which would make 0 10K, of course. Mm-hmm. And then you could discard it, and then discard a card from your hand and call it to rear. So it gives your vanguard 10K, calls itself out for discarding a card. And then on rearguard circle, when it attacks, if your grade 3 unit was placed this turn, it gets power plus 5,000. At the end of the battle, you can retire it to draw a card.
Seems fine.
All right. Yeah, seems all right.
Yeah.
And like any good, whatever 0 is supposed to be, is he a hero or not? I don't know. Doesn't matter. He has a motorcycle.
Some kind of vigilante.
You couldn't be cool without a motorcycle. So he has one of those called Eternity Chaser.
Yeah.
When this unit is rode upon, you can discard a card from your hand, choose up to 1 grade 3 normal unit from your hand to reveal it. If you reveal the card, search your deck for up to 1 grade 3 with a different card name as from the revealed card. Reveal it and put it in your hand. Which can also grab if you have 0 in your hand. Wait, does it have to? Wait, it searches for any grade 3, but you have to reveal a normal grade 3.
Yeah. So grade 3 normal unit and reveal it. If you reveal it, search your deck for any grade 3 with a different name.
So you could search for the Heal Guardian.
Yes.
But you can't reveal the Heal Guardian.
Yes.
That's very cool.
All right. that works in anything. I feel like any DP
Yeah. This card just grabs it. So that's sick. And it has another effect in the back row rear guard. When your opponent's rear guard attacks, if that unit's power is 25,000 or less, you can Soul Blast 1, retire this unit, choose one of your units, and it cannot be hit until end of battle.
That's really hilarious against some decks. That's like a random fuck you to like the first couple of hits of Aqua Force.
Yeah, it basically has an intercept, but if you're on 0, it's like actually quite a bit of like a shield equivalence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
that's good. Well done.
Yeah, they were neat cards. I remember when the Metro Police got spoiled, I was like, "Whoa, these cards I don't hate like with all of my being."
Yeah, except for the random 0 power, but
no, that part's hilarious.
Yeah.
That makes it even better.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Alrighty. So it turns out it's still me. Great Demon Emperor. Dudley Emperor Reverse. I love it when they reuse words in there.
What's the word redundant? We don't know. Okay.
Well, I assume what it is that they like put the character for Emperor and then use like Emperor and like katakana and then like or like like they did that's what happens with, like all the like the Blue Wave stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. So
Blue Wave Dragon, Tetra Drive Dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Dudley Emperor Reverse has an auto unvan. So okay, this one has normal power actually. It's a grade 3 13K force gift. Twin drive, 1 critical, all the stuff. This one is normal.
All the things we've come to expect.
So that's an auto unban. When this rear guard is put into your deck during your battle phase. Or sorry, when your rear guard is put into your deck during your battle phase, you can lock a rear guard in stand. Until end of turn, this unit gets power plus 10,000. And if your opponent's vanguard is grade 3 or greater, you can discard a card and it gets drive plus 1. Awkward that it needs to lock a standing rear guard.
Yes.
And then it has another auto on Van. When it attacks, if you have no grade 2 or less units, you can counterblast 1, soul blast 1, search your deck for up to 1 normal unit, call it to an open rear guard, and call it, and so shuffle your deck.
So I guess you would just lock your back row.
Yeah, probably. But it is a little awkward because you still need units that get in the way also.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot going on here. This card's kind of a puzzle, one that I haven't really figured out or even really bothered, to be honest.
I know that there's that Greed on Rising build that apparently figured out a way.
Premium, right?
Yeah, that like they use agreed on itself, and then original, V Series Dudley Emperor, the non-reverse one, and then they're like, there's a way to do it with Dudley Reverse, where it's less total attacks, but it's more Vanguard attacks, so you get more rear. It's more rear guard attacks as opposed to more Vanguard attacks. Something. Right. I don't know. Go to Living Proof's Discord for more details. Batteries not included.
Yeah, I don't know like what exactly to do with this card. Especially since Dudley Emperor himself, I believe, you can't use Rising with because it needs a Dudley Vanguard.
Yeah, maybe.
But you can use Rising with this one, but I'm not sure what you're doing with it.
I think the idea there's like another Dudley, Dudley Emperor is another effect that's not Dudley locked that you use or something. I don't know. I can't remember. I'd have to.
Yeah. When it attacks, original Dudley is when it attacks from Vanguard or you ride on top of it. You can counterblast one, search your deck for a grade 2 or greater Dudley. Call to open rear, shuffle, gets one says, hey, when your rear guard attacks, if you have a Vanguard with Dudley, that rear guard gets power plus 5,000 until end the battle.
Yeah.
And then put it on bottom of deck.
So that doesn't work with Rising.
Does Rising copy the name too, or just the effects?
No, just the effects.
All right.
Yeah, so it's been Rising proofed.
There's something I'm missing, man. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Let's keep going.
All right, Agile fullback. So those are great 10K. Oh, again, normal. Has an auto when it's placed on the back row center rear guard circle. Until end of turn, it can attack from the back row. And if it was placed by a card's ability, it gets power plus 10.
Nice.
20k attacker from back center. And then at the start of your main phase, you can put it in your soul. If you do, search for an agile fullback, call it to rear, and shuffle your deck so it turns like a Bracky. Bracky that can sit behind Van and hit from the back row, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you... This card is kind of specific. I don't really think I'd play this.
It's a little slow, I think.
Yeah. I don't think I like this card very much. And then the last card is a retrain of the old Machine Gun Gloria. She still looks mostly the same. So she's a grade 1 8K, again, normal. When this unit is retired from guard circle, you can counterblast one and call it to an open rear guard.
Okay.
Bizarre for a Spike Brothers unit.
Yeah.
And then rear guard effect at the end of the battle. If this unit boosted a rear guard, you can put 2 rear guards in the same column as this unit at the bottom of your deck in any order and draw a card.
Interesting that she has to get rid of herself to do that as opposed to before.
Yeah.
Because her old effect was you would counterblast as you were boosting and put just the thing in front of it.
Yeah, which was a pretty nice effect, actually. Because it was kind of like force things to go away that might not otherwise. But not having to counterblast to get that draw is nice, but you do have to like pay an extra card. So
it does keep you from decking out. If that's a problem, I don't think that's really a problem. But...
Not a problem I've had in Spikes.
Yeah. Tachi's on the other hand.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Now for the one card that I have uploaded onto this doc in actual English, we have Miss Luke herself. It is Silverthorne, Dragon Queen, Lukier Reverse, and I can just read it off the screen this time. Act on Vanguard or in Soul once per turn. If you have a Vanguard with Lukier in its card name, counterblast 1, lock 3 of your rear guards with different grades. And if this unit is on Van, choose up to 3 of your 3 cards with Silverthorne in their card names and different grades from your Soul. Call them to rear. If it's in your Soul, you write it as stand, and then there's also a reminder text. If you wrote from Soul, you can do it again. And then continuous on Van. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, all your front row units get plus 3k for each of your lock cards, and that's active on the opponent's turn too.
I have a hot take.
Hot take, go.
It's not actually a hot take. It's actually probably just an agreeable take. I think I like the older verse art a lot more.
I'll agree with that one. This one looks a little demented.
I mean, the old one was also demented.
Yeah,
but
that's part of the appeal.
There was something more like burlesque about the old one. This one is just kind of...
Yeah.
It's at a weird angle. And
I remember the old one being kind of iconic as like a reverse card because you had like this ring was kind of vertical like in the background.
Yeah.
And it was like right. It was like it looked I don't know. I thought it looked really good in the old one.
Yeah. The old one was start the car, I know a whoopee spot. This one is like I want to see you in my office. It's creepy. Then we have Silverthorne Beast Tamer Marasika. I think that's how you pronounce it. Barishnikov. Grade 2, 9k. When placed on Van, auto ability, you counterblast 1, soul charge 3. If you soul charge 2 or more cards with Silverthorne in their name, draw a card. Nice. And then the other effect is auto, when it's placed on rear from soul by the ability of your Vanguard with Silverthorne. If it's on rearguard circle, choose up to 1 grade 2 or greater Silverthorne from your soul, call it to rear in the same column as her. It's good.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last one is Anna, Silverthorne Beast Tamer Anna. Grade 1, 8k. When rode upon by a Silverthorne, countercharge. Awesome. Super awesome. If it wasn't for the fact that you don't really counterblast that early necessarily.
But do they remember that that V does not have a ride deck? I really want to know.
Yeah, they don't. The other effect is when it's placed on rare from soul by the ability of your Vanguard or Silverthorne, and its card name, and if you did not countercharge this turn, put this unit and another rearguard with Silverthorne into your soul and countercharge 1. So just when it goes out, it pulls stuff right back in. I guess the idea is to, take advantage of Silverthorne reverse, where you can just then vacate more space and then fill it up again.
Mm-hmm.
It's also like one of the very few ways Pale Moon countercharges. So
sucks.
Welcome. It's the grade 2 is better. The grade 1's all right, and Lukier, reverse. I'm not sure if that overtakes Venus or what, but at least in V, you're going to be like some people are doing 4 regular and then 3 and 3 of each, just whatever you happen to run into first. But we ain't got time for this kind of pucker. Your turn.
We're not even done with the first half of this yet.
The first one. I might split this into 2 episodes. I'm not sure. Yeah.
So we have Detonate Singer Refurade Rock. So it's a grade 3, 13k. At the end of the battle, your rear guard attack, if you have Vanguard with her name and its card name, and a rear guard at rest, and all of your circles with rear guards in rest have a force marker. Counterblast 2, ride it as stand, rest all your rear guards, move all your force markers onto the Vanguard circle.
What is this?
At the end of your turn, remove all force markers from your Vanguard, and then get 1 force gift for every 2 removed markers.
What?
For reference, the original one, you could rest her, and then if you have 4 or less more force markers, you get 2 force gifts.
What? Like, it's just so random. Like,
I know, right?
This is so weird.
They made up this weird ass. Because the original one is like you rest herself to get force gifts, and then you reveal a bunch of cards from top deck equal to the number of force markers you have and activate all trigger units. And then I guess this one, and then all, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 and all of your grade 2 or less rear guards with force markers can attack from back row. So you activate the original one, get a bunch of force gifts, attack with them, then you ride this and make her super big.
Okay.
I don't think it's good, but you can do it. And
is it Prism?
No.
It is therefore invalid.
I sure hope the other cards don't randomly support Prism or something.
Yeah. We have Courteous Beauty Saria. So grade 2 10k. When placed on Vanguard or Rearguard, discard a card. Look at top 3 from your deck. Choose a card, put it into your hand, put the rest on bottom in any order. It gets plus 5,000. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, it gets 10 instead of 5.
Interesting. That just digs for stuff.
Yeah. Sparkling Soul, Nikita, grade 1 8k. When it's placed on rear guard circle or put on the guard circle, Soul Blast 1 or more gets power plus 5, shield plus 5 until end of turn for your Soul Blast. If you Soul Blast 3 or more, draw a card.
Okay.
This kind of makes Bermuda harder to hit.
Yeah.
As if it needed that.
Oh my god. They're going to not hit Bermuda. It's just going to become impossible to actually hit reasonably.
And then it's just going to be people being like, V is better, you guys. There's no overtrigger.
Could you imagine if they just put the over trigger in V? That's the announcement. Over trigger in V.
Oh my god.
No one is safe.
No one is safe.
They're also reprinting Ellie this set.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah. That goes without saying. That card's messed up, by the way.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, these are, like, really random. I want to play this because it's really funny, but, like, it's definitely not Prism.
What's stopping you, really? We got a YouTube channel. Have at it.
Yeah.
Especially if it, like, randomly ends up being cheap. People are like,
I mean, it's going to be cheap. I don't think anyone played the original one either, because it was just like, yeah, rest her to get a bunch of force markers, and then your things with force markers can attack from back row.
Mm-hmm. Well, to that I say...
Let's move on to Maelstrom.
Yes.
Blue Storm Karma Dragon, Maelstrom Reverse. So, grade 3 12k. At the end of the battle that your rearguard attack, if the attack did not hit, lock one of your standing rearguards. Why? This unit gets power plus 10,000 until end of turn, and then if you have a Maelstrom in your soul, choose one of your opponent's rearguards and retire it. Then it has a separate auto Vanguard ability. When it attacks, if it's the fourth battle of that turn or more, Counterblast 1 gets crit plus 1, drive plus 1 until end of turn. At the end of the battle, if that attack did not hit, for each of your locked cards, your opponent chooses a card from their hand or rear guards and put it in drop zone.
Say, friend, how much is the original Maelstrom?
Let me see. It was probably closer to like $50 now because they were bought out. The few that existed were bought out.
Yeah, this would be
card's like just okay, right?
Yeah. I mean, the problem is it has to lock something that's standing, so it like contradicts
they wrote
itself.
that a lot this set.
I don't know what the problem was with that, because the point of locks is that they came out standing. That's why Messiah worked the way it did, was to do for multi-attacks. Now they're making a point of, like, no attacking or boosting.
Yeah. And also, but also, like, this card specifically wants to get 4 battles, because it has... No, 4 battles or more. So yeah, you have to lock one of your standing rear guards and take away one of your attacks, but this deck also benefits from you making more attacks. So it's just making itself harder to use for no reason.
I guess the idea is you would leave a guy behind him that like you wouldn't boost with, just for as your lock target.
I guess.
But
it's still so, like... Because that's the thing, is the first skill isn't once per turn, so theoretically, you could do this multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
I do appreciate that it has normal power and drive and critical and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Glory Maelstrom is still cheap, so you could, like...
Still.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is to run the original one so that you can ride Glory or this thing.
Yeah. Well... Yeah, I feel like for this deck, because it revolves around not hitting, all of the, like, original Maelstrom support actually doesn't work because they just turn all your attacks into hits.
Right. Good point.
So yeah, you might actually be better off running Glory.
Well, hooray for the budget deck player, I guess, and go listen to our episode from last week where we were just complaining about stuff that didn't get reprinted.
Right.
Meanwhile, Bushiroad also decided to pull a Kagero and did this. What?
Oh, yeah. All right. A bunch of grade 3s. So we have Cobalt Wave Dragon. What was even the original one for this? What?
It was so bad.
It was such a nothing card. It was something like...
It's a grade 3 10k. Do we need to read any more?
Yeah. When it was like a limit break that got like 2k and a crit when it attacked. It was just nothing.
Yeah.
It also gained 5k for some reason. I don't remember what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I opened a bunch of this card and just ripped them up.
So yeah, this new one is just like... it's a 12k. When your rearguard attacks, it gets 5k until end of turn. And then when it attacks, Counterblast 1, perform all of the following according to this unit's power. 25,000 or more gets a crit. 30,000 or more, switch all of your rear guards between front and back row. 35 or more, all your front row rear guards get power plus 10,000 until end of turn.
Interesting.
What a weird card.
It wants to go last.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So it's 12k. So you need to gain Let's assuming
it's
you
pretty
have a
easy to hit 30. How do you hit
Yeah.
35?
Okay, so if you have a booster, that's already 20. So you only have to
Right.
attack 3 times before that.
Oh, you're an Excel clan. I'm stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's Aqua Force.
Yeah, so
Oh, sure.
they got lots of little restanders, position swappers.
All right, so they can do it.
Yeah, they can do it.
But the problem is, you have to like fill a board without your boss like generating advantage.
Yep.
Mhm.
This card is
Ouch.
like really funny, but like I don't think it's good.
Yeah, probably not.
If it done an extra drive instead of an extra crit, it would have arguably been better. But
Mm-hmm.
nah, mate. Instead, they
Wants
Not
to be
allowed.
it wants to be big, huge.
wants to be big, huge, and then that random order from Stoicheia just like does it better. They're like, oh,
Mhm.
cool.
And then we have Tier Knight Valeria. So it is a grade 2 9K. Continuous rearguard circle. During the battle that attacked, if it's the 4th battle or more, it gets plus 10,000. When this unit's attack hits a vanguard, if it's the 3rd battle of that turn or more, choose one of your opponent's rearguard, retire it. If it's the 4th or more, draw a card.
Oh, that's just universally good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty much
It's a big old beater that also draws you a card.
Just throw it on Excel circle, hit for 24 at some point.
Yep. And then like potentially get a retire if it hits and draw a card.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's good stuff. All right, closing it out. I've decided I'm going to split this into 2 episodes because I'm not doing 2 hours of this shit.
Oh my god, yeah,
Sorry,
I would
guys.
die.
Yeah. But speaking of dying,
Mega Colony.
Mega
Martial
Colony.
Arts Mutant Master Beetle.
Master Beetle.
What is the original version of this? I don't even know.
It was like Counterblast 3, Stun 2. It was very
Oh, this card sucks. Holy shit.
terrible.
It's
Yeah.
Oh, this
so
was
bad.
this was in Cavalry. No, I remember this card now. This god.
This
okay.
was in set 3.
So let's see if the next one, this one's better. So it has an act on Van Rear. It has normal power, crit, grade, all that stuff. Act on Van Rear, counterblast 1. Choose 2 of your opponent's rear guards and rest them, and they cannot stand. So it stuns 2 units, just like the old one, for 2 less counterblast. And if it's on Vanguard Circle, it steals their power, or gains their power, I suppose.
Cool.
Yeah, so, probably plus, 18k or something, and then, stuns 2 things. All right, then it has an auto on Van. When it attacks, you can counterblast 1 and discard a card, and this unit gets drive plus 1 till end of turn for every 3 of yours and your opponent's rear guards at rest.
So if you have a full board and they have 1, then that's 2.
Yeah, so I think the normal thing here, it's only rear guards, right? So let's say you attack with a column and boost this.
Yeah.
And you stun 2 of your opponents, and your opponent probably has a fairly sizable rested board.
Mm-hmm.
So if they have 4 rested rear guards, and you attack with a column in this, you get drive 4, which is all right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The card's not great though. It seems pretty low impact.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this would have been good earlier V.
Yeah.
I
think it's just too late to matter.
Yeah, needs a little bit more oomph. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if you got 5, add something on the end, if this has 5 or more drive checks or 4 or more drive checks or whatever, discard 2, stand it into battle. That would have been cool.
Oh, that would have been sick.
Yeah.
But alas, no.
Yeah.
All right, so then we have Machining Armor Beetle. The art looks weird to me. So it's a grade 2 9K. It has an act. You can rest another rear guard. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards, rest it, and it cannot stand. And then this unit gets plus 6K. So you basically trade a booster for one of your opponent's rear guards. Mm-hmm. And then it has a continuous on rear. If this unit is at rest, all of your opponent's rear guards in the same call as this unit lose intercept and boost and cannot gain them.
That's what I'm talking about. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you can kind of stun something in some other column, and then this is at rest, and your opponent I can't boost with that.
It kind of sucks that first ability because the point of a grade 2 9K getting 6K is to be at 15, so your 8K booster is a 23K column to hit force.
Machining's
True.
Also, Machining's thing has always been resting other machining cards.
Yeah. Hoisted by my own petard, I guess.
Now, Meg Colony did get a good card, though.
Yes, they did.
And this is last card, which is an old PR. If you remember the PR that says that your opponent can't restand when it's placed on guard. It's that guy. Brilliant Blister.
This is him now. Feel old
Grade
yet?
1 8K. Yeah, so it has an auto on back row rear guard. At the end of turn, if your opponent has no rear guards at stand, you can return this unit to your hand. Then, if you return this unit to your hand and your hand was 6 or less, you could Soul Blast 1 and draw a card. Already a good effect.
That is freaking amazing.
Yeah, just like Mondo
So
advantage.
good. Yeah.
And then the real gas. When this unit is placed on guard circle, if your opponent's vanguard is at rest, you could Soul Blast 1, discard a card, choose one of your opponent's rear guard, rest it, and it cannot stand until the end of turn.
So instead of stunning vanguard, you can stun an opponent's rear guard.
Yeah, and they cannot stand it.
Yeah.
So it just says down.
Yeah.
Sit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Cool
I can
card.
just be Bermuda Triangle. That's fine.
What a cool card.
So Order Colony, that's apparently the name for it. It is running this at like a 3 of and maybe 1 of the original Brilliant Blister, or just straight for this thing. Being able to have a Denial Griffin on legs that also has early game application, it is amazing. This thing does so much for the clan, no matter what it is.
Yeah, a friend of mine, Peter, who commentated both Premium and D Series for the Bushiroad event, has been playing a bunch of Order Colony and crushing people.
Yeah, no, it's
like some decks just like a lot of the decks just don't have answers to that deck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you can't call from hand, you are SOL, my friend.
Yeah.
So play Bermuda Triangle and only Bermuda Triangle.
Or Jewel Knights, apparently.
I don't know. I don't remember what they were talking about, decks that he was afraid of, but I wasn't really. He was talking about how he played against a bunch of like Nightmare Dolls and Grand Blue or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much any of the Paladins have a problem. Yeah, any deck whose main shtick is calling outside of hand, it's just straight shut down by Gridora, and then the Order stuff allows you to generate enough card advantage to last to that point.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it also dig too, right?
Yeah, it can dig. Yeah, if you want to see more of that there's a deck profile on this channel. We got a fight against Battle Sisters with a bunch of misplays, apparently. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oof. Happens.
Yeah. But, yeah, so thanks for listening to the show. We'll do a clan selection set for next week because we're already like an hour in. So
yeah,
sorry.
And some of us, it's really late for.
Yeah. That'll be next week. But in the meantime, thanks for listening. Follow us at Nexus at Night on Twitter, Instagram. Support the show, patreon.com/Nexus at Night. I forgot about this banner. There you go. $5 a month, you get a whole ass bonus show every week, and people, talking about whatever the hell we want. And yeah, what about you guys?
You can find me on Twitter at Wiggums, 2Gs, 2Zs.
You can find me at Plasma Eclipse.
And then you can find me at Atlas Novak on Twitter and Instagram, or you can follow my other show at Generation Dan on Twitter. That's a show about a Gen Xer, a millennial, and a Zoomer talking about whatever. New shows every Thursday. So until next week with the other set, I'm Atlas.
I'm still Matt.
I'm Root Beer.